Hello, everyone. This is Dr. and Master Rulin. I'm so delighted to be here to share with you about the Tao Science and also answer some questions about Tao Science. So first, let me welcome the beloved friends, Monica Castro Gardner. Hi, Monica. And Krista. Hi, Krista. And Delma. Welcome. And Gabriela Lancasten. Tizan, Anastasia, welcome to join me here. And any of you have any questions about Tao Science, so welcome you to write me notes or copy your notes before because I haven't got time to really look at all your questions. I apologize for that. So Brianna and also Lucia, Rob, Anita just also join us. So welcome. Jessica, welcome. So today also Anita Rayner just joined us. Good evening, Anita. So today I want to talk about what is mindfulness. So many spiritual teachings very emphasize about mindfulness, how important the mindfulness is. Hi, Anne. Hi, Louisa, and Shelley, Linnea, Kathy, just also join us. Welcome. And hi, Master Lori and Christopher, David, just also join us. So what is mindfulness? Hi, Florian. Sorry, hi, Lisa. So what is mindfulness from a scientific point of view? Why the mindfulness is so important? So what is mindfulness? So as we have learned in Tao Science, everything is made of information, energy, and matter. And energy and matter is what we observe, matter is what we observe in this physical realm. Everything we see, everything we feel, everything we hear, everything we can feel, test it, it's all matter. And so energy is what moves and changes the matter. And so information is what determines and gives a shape and gives the shape and also form to the matter and energy. So information is really the in Chinese is called the shen. Shen means the miracle, the like a godlike qualities, like magical qualities. Yeah, so if in the ancient times people don't know, the information, and so they call information the shen. It's magical, and miraculous. So information is what miraculous and magical. So information contains three parts. One is content information, right? So if you get a bank statement, that content of information. So that bank statement, the content of information determines how much money you have. So the content information is very important. Hello, Malise, I'm so happy you're here. Yesterday, I really take your case. I hope you have thought about it. If you want, you can make some comments about it. And it's very good now. It's Mother's Day coming up, and you can see some good words to your mother. Hopefully, you can resolve that issue. So information have content information. Content information is our soul in Tao Science. And we really realize the content information is very important, right? If you're, it basically determines what you really have. But then also receiver of the information also is very important. If you have the bank statement, but if you don't receive that information, you don't know you have the money in your bank. And if you don't go get it, then you still cannot you still cannot benefit from it. So receiver of the information, which is a spiritual heart, is extremely important. In fact, spiritual heart, the receiver of the information, determines determines our physical reality. It's a starting point of the manifestation. It is how the miracle can be manifested. The miracle can come into our life. So without heart, without spiritual heart to receive it, then we cannot manifest. So and then we have the mind, the processor, information, have a processor of information. That is mind in Tao Science. So really, mindfulness is about you really pay attention and be aware what is going on. So in Tao Science, mindfulness is really actually heartfulness. You really pay attention and receive from everyone, everything. So mindfulness is heartfulness. Mindfulness, the heartfulness is the starting point of all manifestations. So if you cannot be heartful, or in a common language, mindful, then you cannot manifest, period. You will be controlled. If you cannot be mindful, or we say heartful, you'll be controlled by your karma. You cannot really create the things you really wanted. You'll be completely controlled by your karma. That is why the mindfulness or heartfulness is extremely important. If you want to get out of the karmic cycle, if you want to become really free, and if you really want to become enlightened, the heartfulness, mindfulness is crucial, critical. Without mindfulness and heartfulness, it is impossible you get enlightened, period. That is how important the heartfulness and mindfulness is. So in the Buddha's teaching, mindfulness, that kind of practice is extremely important. In the earlier days of, like 2,500 years ago, that is when Buddha, when he's still alive, those times people are still, the life is rather simple. So the mindfulness training is a lot easier because people's life is very simple. You only have a few things in your life. Now in the modern times, the information just keep coming. There's so much going on. So it's almost like our brains constantly processing informations and then completely controlled by what is we're bombarded with all kind of informations. So at this moment, the mindfulness and heartfulness is become more and more important. So in the later development of the Buddhism, the mindfulness and heartfulness, as we call in Tao Science, become more and more important because people's the purity and people's awareness is become lower and lower with society become more and more complicated, and people are more further away from their true self. And now the biggest challenge for all humanity is we are not even aware of what is going on within ourselves. We are completely controlled by our emotions, by other people's emotions, by the fear, anxiety, stress, what society is putting on us, other people is putting on us, government is putting on us. And so we're completely controlled by all these things. We're not, because if you're not aware, then you'll be controlled. But if you become aware of it, then you have a choice. You can take care of it, and you can then take advantage of it. And then you can truly utilize everything. You see, heart is a receiver. When you truly can receive from everything, and then you can utilize everything for your own benefits, to nourish you. But if you cannot receive it, then you'll be controlled. You'll be controlled by everything. And then you end up not getting anywhere. You just be controlled by your society karma, your own, whatever other people's opinions, emotions, and your own hidden, emotions. So you have no freedom. And you wonder why you lose control of your life, why this is happening in your life, why the things you really want somehow just so difficult to get, and why you have all kind of sufferings, sicknesses. So our beloved Anastasia Schmidt have a question. Dear beloved, dear Master Rulin, I would be grateful to understand deeper what is the yin-yang of not being able to fully open the heart, different relationships, especially the important ones. Yin-yang of not being able to open the heart. So if you're not be able to open the heart to the beloved ones, you're going to suffer, and you're going to have pain, even sickness, difficulties and challenges in your relationships. So that's the yin part. And the positive part is you'll be challenged to open your heart. Yes. So the purpose of life is to open our heart, to reach Tao, to reach the source, to go back to our true self. So do everything. So we have relationships. Actually, usually we have relationships to open our heart. We go out to serve to open our heart. Because when we go out to serve, we're going to have all kinds of challenges. We're going to meet all kinds of people. And then that will help us to open our heart, right? The purpose of life is to open our heart. When we open our heart, then we can truly go back to our true self. And we can truly go to serve and have more joy, love, freedom, and abundance. So open the heart. If you can open the heart, all of this is possible. If you cannot open your heart, none of this is possible. So truly, we need to do everything to open our heart. And be mindful, being heartful is to open the heart, is to remove our blockages. It is to remove the challenge, difficulties, and to bring success, love, and spiritual growth, have more joy in our lives. Open the heart is everything, basically. Everything. Anything you can think of, you need to open the heart. So anyone have more questions, please ask. So I just want to reveal again that mindfulness is heartfulness. Mindfulness is to train our heart to be open, to receive nourishment from everyone, everything, especially from the source divine. And it is to manifest a reality we really want, to bring the success, abundance, prosperity, spiritual growth, and to help us to become more loving, passionate, compassion, have more compassion, have more gratitude, have more abundance, have more humility, have more enlightenment. Everything. It's basically foundation for everything. If you cannot be mindful, you cannot be grateful, you cannot be humble. It is foundation of everything. If you cannot be mindful, you cannot remove your blockages. That's actually part of the reason people, have extreme challenges, because they are not mindful, they're not heartful, they're not aware. There are certain things that need to open. So your soul has to give you a huge challenge so that you can become aware of it. So all the challenges, pains, sufferings is for you to be aware what is going on inside you and what is going on outside of you. So basically, being aware is to remove all negative karma, literally. So that's why I've been doing the awareness practice with helping people become aware. That's actually mostly all I do. And the blockage, I was able to help people to remove. It was amazing. And literally, that is the only thing I have, that's one of the major things I was helping people to do. But it's very difficult, especially in the modern age. It's very difficult to become very mindful and heartfulness. But to learn this is extremely, extremely, extremely important. It is literally one of the most important things you should learn. I would say it is actually the most important thing, because if without this, then nothing else is possible. But with this, and the whole world can open up to you. So our beloved Monica asked a question: is it mindfulness also when we experience awareness that we feel when we open our hearts? Yes, mindfulness is awareness. It's being aware what is going on. And so, yes. So the mindfulness is awareness. So Jessica asked, beloved Master Rulin, is this also the positive side from having an addiction, that it helps us to become aware? Yes, everything is helping us to become aware. The addiction is usually people, they're not aware the universe is loving us. The source, divine and Tao, is loving us. We try to find the love from something else. So addiction, the pain, of course, we're not going to get that. So sooner or later, that addiction brings you so much pain. So it's going to force you have to look at it, become more and more aware. So I hope it answers your questions. If you have 2 more questions, just keep asking. So beloved Elizabeth asked, Da Master Rulin, could you please speak about absolute and relative yin and yang? Thank you, Elizabeth. So relative yin and yang, like, up and down, left and right, back and forth. Sometimes even like a relative, they're also relative good and bad. For example, something you think is great, right? But other people think, it's not so good. So that is relative, right? And so, things appear to me to be right, to you might be left. So those are all relative. So yin and yang is opposite, relative, codependent, inseparable, and also they are co-created. So these are relative yin yang. Relative. But then there are also absolute positive, absolute. So there's, relative positive and relative negative. And those are relative yin and yang. But then also there's absolute positive, absolute negative. In absolute positive, is actually, we can calculate it. So we can calculate it's a number, you cannot really dispute about it, right? Although number can be also, disputed also, because, if you look at the same thing from a different angle, then the number could be different as well. So, but there's something more absolute, is that, like positive information. I can measure or calculate how much connection you have with others, and how much order within yourselves, the connection you have with yourselves. And what's your connection with the source? Those can be calculated. So those, and also they are the absolute positive. The more those connections you have, then the more, like, power you have, the more, like spiritual power you have, the more influence you can have, the more joy or love you can have. So the more disconnection you have, the more disorder you have, then the more negative you have. So those are, I would say it is absolute negative. So there is these two. So there's absolute good and also relative good. So if you are think about relative or relative good and bad, right? If you still stay on the level of relative good and bad, your own opinions versus other people's opinions, right? Then you will going to you will see the good will turn into bad and bad can turn to good. So you can go through this cycle. The yin yang is always in cycle. You remember that yin yang diagram, the Chinese diagram, like a two fish, right? And so they are really actually a wave, the yin yang wave. So yin will change into yang, yang will change into yin, and this kind of changing is going to be going on infinitely. It's not going to stop. But in the absolute good and bad, it is one direction. And when you really establish a complete connection with all beings, and you reach the ultimate source, the ultimate enlightenment and freedom and bliss, then you will not have, anger, because if you stay in the relative world, the anger will turn into joy, joy will turn into anger, you're just going to oscillate. Yeah, a lot of people oscillate a lot in those kind of moods. But if you reach the enlightenment, you reach the ultimate enlightenment, then there's only bliss. So maybe we do a practice, and thank you for all of your questions. And if you still want more, ask more questions, you can. But let's do a practice to be more aware. Okay. So how to be more aware? It is in this book, Tao Divine Love book, it teaches one actually 3 amazing techniques. 3 amazing techniques. One of them, or I'll share one of them. And the first is deepening our awareness. Deepening awareness is to go within ourselves, into our body, and then connect and feel inside your body what you're feeling. So let's close our eyes and go inside our body and feel what is going on inside your body. So that is deepening the awareness. So close your eyes. Have a deep breath into your lower abdomen all the way to the heel of your feet. So feel, and then really have another deep breath. Just go all the way to your lower abdomen and then to your heel of your feet. And then really feel your whole body. Feel what's going on inside of your body. Be aware what is going on inside your body. So what is going on inside your body? Just observe and aware. So if you have a pain or you're looking to feel that pain, become aware of that pain. If there's a thought, you become aware of your thought. And you look into where that thought is, where that pain is, and you look into it and become more and more aware of it, using every possible ways. Try to be aware to see how does it, this pain or this thought feels like, and how does this feeling feels like. Maybe this feeling, where it is located, what is the shape this feeling is in that location of your body. If you can see, maybe you can feel there's a color to that feeling or that thought. Whether there's so connect, become more and more aware. What is going on inside yourself? What is that pain feels like? Or maybe it's an irritation, or it is a thought. So look into it. Or maybe it's your heartbeat. Look into it. Become aware. What is that heartbeat feels like? What shape it is? What color it is? So just become more and more aware. What is going on inside you? Everything is a hologram. We're going to teach this in a whole in a Tao Science course in a few weeks. So now we're teaching Tao Science course number 3, and we're learning about the law of yin yang. This law of yin yang is basically most fundamental law of this universe. Most fundamental law. It's more fundamental than, more basic than Einstein's theory, than quantum physics, and everything. In fact, everything is coming from this law. This is how important it is. So if you are not, so learning this law will help you to become more prosperous, have better relationships, finance, more calm, peaceful, more have a better life in and become enlightened, becoming immortal, because this is the most fundamental law. So this is associated with every aspect of your life. So everybody, you have to take this class. Literally, like no choice, you have to learn this course. I know in the future, the 5-year-old children, they're going to learn this course, because this is how important it is. And the sooner you learn it, the more prosperous, more happy and healthier, and you will become, and the quicker you will grow. So do it as soon as possible and really start hard. It looks very easy, but it's actually very, very profound. It takes practice, takes you to spend time to think and to digest it. So in this course, we're going to learn everything is a hologram. So inside our body actually stored all our informations. So that's why we need to be aware of everything that is inside the body. If you become aware of everything inside your body, literally, you can heal yourself and you can know the whole universe because everything is hologram. But the thing is so that is why deepening this is called deepening awareness technique. So you just become more and more aware what is going on inside you. If you can become more and more aware of what's inside you, all your challenges can be resolved just by doing this. I have tried, I literally tried this on so many people and I prove it over and over again. So if you can just practice this one skill, you can become so successful, so healthy, so happy. The problem is, I show people how to do it. And when I was doing it, they release a lot. And then they go back, some people go back to not being aware. And then some of their symptoms will come back. So it takes practice, it takes learning. This is a basic skill. Unfortunately, humanity has been so far away from our true self. We literally have to relearn some of our basic skills so that we can go back to our true self and to restore our magic power. Yeah, so keep, you being like when you are listening to my talk, you can become aware what is going on inside me. What is like your reaction, each part of your body reaction when you hear my words? And feel if some part of the body have a stronger reaction to the words. Some part of your body maybe become very intense or or even feel the pain, or some part may be more relaxed after hearing this truth. So become aware. This should be a basic skill and it should be done all the time. When you're able to do this, then many of the blockage can be removed. Many of the challenge in your life will be removed. And you'll be able to create amazing miracles and do amazing services, and you can grow so fast. So keep observing yourself, be aware of what's going on inside you. So usually, it's the law of karma, also law of yin yang was teaching us everything has an yin and yang. But the human beings, they don't understand this deep wisdom, although it's so simple. They don't understand this wisdom. They don't realize, with yin always comes with yang. With relative good always comes relative bad. It coexists. They cannot be separated. If you think of something great, you already create something you think is not so great. So they always come together. So, but the human beings, because of our ignorance, we will attach something we think is so great. This is something I want to hold on to. I don't want this thing. I want to push it down. And that, that action creates the challenges because it's against natural law. They always come together, and you're trying to push it away. It's just not possible. And he's going to haunt you one way or another, actually, in the most, dramatic way. So by you looking at the other side, by you looking into yourself, for some people, they don't want to look into themselves. There's certain part they are not to look at it. They are so afraid. They don't want to look at it at all. And that fact itself causes challenges and difficulties. So basically, if you really train yourself, just keep looking at it, keep being aware of it. Don't avoid anything, and actually try and really train yourself, go deeper and deeper looking at yourself. Then countless blockage can be removed. The point, but our negative karma is going to prevent you to look at it. They're going to try to fool you, literally. They're going to tell you, don't look at it, or you're going to die if you look at it, or just say you're wasting your time, or they can tell you all kind of messages trying to keep you away from doing something very important to release your negative karma. But if you really know the wisdom, you just keep looking at it, keep looking at it. You will see some deep blockages you have been trying all your life trying to get rid of. Just by looking at it, you can release it. So our beloved Monica asks, so attached to one of the sides of yin yang brings suffering for us. Yes, exactly. That is actually attachment and judgment is two basic causes to create all negative karma. That's why in the law of yin yang, I'm really trying to train all of you to see the both sides, and I'm trying to get you to do the homework, find out what's the other side. And some of you really did the homework and find the other side, and you were able to release the suffering, the pains. I was just so happy to see that. But some of you still cannot do it yet. I'm not blaming you because it is difficult, because karma is going to do everything to block you to do it. But with wisdom, and also when you're trying to practice this wisdom, do the homework, you can release so much sufferings for yourself. So please do the homework. And also add that with this practice I have just showed you, be aware. Be aware what is going inside you. If somebody says something, cause a big emotion within you, look into it. Rather than blaming other people, and know that this blockage is within you. Look into it and become aware of what's going on, that big thing. And you go inside. Be aware and look into it. Become more and more aware of it. You will see that is the greatest time for you to release some deep blockages. Just by keep looking at it, keep aware of it, keep looking at it, keep mindful and heartful, receive, look into it. So Marley said, by the beloved Master Rulin, when I always see both sides, there is no ending, because when I see both sides of a coin, there are always two other sides of this coin. A coin has so much memories about such a deep mindfulness. Attachment judgment creates negative karma. Is that correct? Yes. Yes, Fliss. It's judgment. This is the two causes. Of course, these two causes come from ignorance. We do not know the judgment and attachment creates negative karma. That's why learning the Tao Science is so important. When you truly learn the wisdom, you really see, everything has two sides. And then you will not, attach or judge anything anymore. And also when you have challenge, it's because you have not seen the other side. So the Tao Science will help you to see the other side. If you see the other side, your challenge will be dissolved. Literally, like, you have some problem with someone, right? Or relationship issues. All the relationship issues because you have not seen the other person's point of view. You have to, if you really know the wisdom, you will know their point of view is just as valid as your point of view. It's completely valid. So if you really see their point of view as valid, then, and also help them to understand your point of view, then there's no problem, right? You can restore the love, peace, and harmony. And the same thing actually with the sickness and financial challenges and difficulties. It's exactly the same thing. If you can really see the other side, and then you will be completely, the challenge can go away. So Julian says, such a beautiful experience to scan our earthly vessel and being able to transform the layers. There are beautiful teachings in it. We're so blessed to be here on earth. Thank you, Master Rulin. Yeah, very glad you have you got it. You can have this experience. Very happy to hear that. So Anita asked a very interesting question. Wanting to be a good student creates the best students, right? Yes, there's two sides to it. Everything has two sides. Wanting, our desire to become good students, this desire has good part and negative part. So I don't agree with you, Anita. Wanting to be a good student create bad students. That's not correct. Wanting to be a good student have good side and negative side, right? Yin and yang. So you need to see both in good side of it and negative side of it, and honor, respect both sides, and then you can become a good student. But if you only see one side, then you're going to suffer if you only see one side. If you want to become good students, you can become good students, because like the Tao Science teaches, our hearts, where we put our heart is what we're going to become. What message we give to ourselves and what we put our heart and mind is what we're going to become. Right? But also to know, the law of Yang tells us to be a good student, there's two sides. For example, actually, I really had this experience, so I can really share this. I was growing up until high school. I was always, some of the best students in the whole school, and so my parents are very, very happy about it. Everything think is such great thing. They're so my neighbors, and they're also proud of me. But now I really see there's such a negative part to it. They all praising me, And how do my brother and sister feel about this? So it has negative effect on them. Now I have to face this. I realize, what kind of pain have caused them. So everything has positive, negative part to it. And really, and then if I really, so now I need to address it, my negative part of being good students. And so now how I can help my sister and brother to release that kind of negative experience. Because at that time, I did not realize. So really, so truly understand the wisdom. That's why we have study groups. Study groups is for helping you to understand the wisdom. The wisdom is so subtle, but Tao Science can really help you to understand it. For the Buddha, he taken millions of lifetime to understand this wisdom. But now we have Tao Science. If you really study hard, you can understand in a few hours. You really put your heart and mind into it. So we're so blessed to have Tao Science. Master Sha bring Tao Science to us. Please study. Please study carefully, because this holds the key to your liberation, to every aspect of your lives. If you don't understand it, you're going to suffer. Everybody, including myself. If I don't understand it, I'm going to suffer. If I have not applied it enough, I'm going to suffer. In every moment, it's like, if I understand this moment, next moment I forget about it, and I could cause my own suffering. So Tatiana says, I think the Bible says to be content with what we have, be happy in the moment. Yes. So content also, there's, everything has two sides. Be happy at the moment is to open our heart and be completely aware, and be not seeing, and be pay attention to everything, to honor, respect everyone, everything. And then you will be truly happy. That is how you can reach the ultimate bliss. So we are really trying to take you on a journey to reach that. Because through our normal human way, I just be content and I will be happy forever. You can never get there. Sooner or later, something is going to trigger you. Because we do live in the yin-yang world. Yin-yang do exist. Cannot ignore it. If you ignore it, you're just going to suffer. The wisdom is you have to pay and be aware of everyone, everything. And then through this journey, you can reach the ultimate bliss, and ultimate enlightenment. If you just say, I'm just happy, I'm just become content, you can never be content like that. Try it. If you can truly be content that way, I'll be so I'll be happy to learn from you. You can share maybe your experience with us, and you can teach us how to get there. But the way really to be reach the ultimate, because in the yin yang world, happy comes with sadness, or the other negative. It's always like this. But if you can truly be aware and utilize both of these emotions, and simultaneously, and then you will reach the true peace and the true bliss. So you reach that true bliss by utilizing both yin and yang at the same time. So that's why I'm taking in Tao Science, we take you on a journey how to get there. People cannot get there, at least at in this day of age. This humanity is so subdivided, and our soul heart mind is so subdivided. If you can just say, I'm just be content, everything's great, very soon something is going to challenge you, get you out of that state. So now the committee revealed the teaching is to know everything has two sides and they're equally good. And so we need to honor, respect both sides and try to utilize both sides. Like, I need to honor, and we all need to honor each other. We are all just equally valid. It's not like, I'm better, I'm more valid than you are. We are all, each one of us are sacred and divine. We need to honor, respect everyone, everything, and especially we need to honor, respect ourselves and see that we are also divine and Tao. Everything is divine and Tao. And we need to be aware of all of that. If you're not aware, then you cannot reach into the oneness. You cannot reach the bliss or abundance, the power. Yes. So practice to be aware. When I'm talking, be aware what's going on inside you. So this is a deepening the awareness. We all can go deeper. Be aware what's going on inside of us. So be aware of what's going on inside you. Feel this field. When we are completely aware, without thinking about, completely aware, we are in a state of reaching the divine and Tao. We're in a state of receiving the love, nourishment from divine and Tao, and from everyone, everything. It's when we are out of the awareness, we shut ourselves down. We cannot reach the nourishment, love from divine Tao, from everyone and everything, including ourselves. So be aware what is going on inside you. So be aware what is going inside you. Become more and more aware. Close your eyes, become more and more aware what is going on inside you. Or if you want to look into your Mingmen, the life gate, the point in your back, crossing from the belly button in the back to all the way to the back. Just keep looking at it, become more and more aware of it. If there's any thoughts come up, Any emotions come up, you can look into them. As pain comes up, look into your pain. Look deeper and deeper into that pain. Where that pain located, what shape it is, what the color. Look deeper and deeper into it. Keep looking at it. Keep focusing on it. Keep becoming aware of it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. So be aware. Be completely aware of what is going inside you. Go deeper into that awareness. Go deeper into that awareness. So the gratitude and compassion, it is all the basic qualities for the spiritual growth. But how you can be compassionate? How can you become grateful? It's all start from awareness. If you cannot be aware, you cannot be heartful, mindful, you cannot become compassionate or grateful. With the awareness, heartfulness, mindfulness, then the greatest love, greatest forgiveness, greatest compassion, light, humility, harmony, abundance, gratitude, service, enlightenment will come. Without it, none of this is possible. So this is how important the mindfulness, heartfulness is. So I welcome you and invite you to join me on April 18th to 19th in San Francisco, or through the webcast on one of the most exciting events. I think it's the most exciting events for humanity. Tao Science for the mindfulness and compassion. Because for the first time, you're going to really learn the science and also some of the powerful techniques for getting you to really open your heart and open your mind and to reach any goal you want to have. To really master this basic skills everyone should have. Without this, none is possible. With this, everything is possible. It's truly, this is how important it is. It's so basic and so important. All of us should practice this and really focus on some time, really practice every day. And through this workshop, you can have some breakthrough learning and also experience to help you really go deeper into the awareness. So don't miss the opportunity. April 18th to 19th in San Francisco or through the webcast. So I'm looking forward to enjoy another amazing breakthrough experience for all of us. So thank you. Love you. And I will see you soon. Bye.